Aloha, I'm Professor Susan Jarowski, and today I'm going to show you how to find the penal code in the Hawaii Revised Statutes. While there are other criminal statutes scattered here and there inside the larger Hawaii Revised Statutes, the vast majority of criminal laws are contained in the 14 chapters that make up the Hawaii Penal Code. Statutes are the written law that is devised by the legislative branch. Here is a picture of the Hawaii House doing the business of the legislature, which is to enact laws. The whole body of law that the legislature produces is called the Hawaii Revised Statutes, and within it you'll find the Penal Code. One way to find the statutes is to use a paid service such as Westlaw or Lexis. But most people, even people in the paralegal program, don't have access to that. So I'm going to show you how to access the Penal Code from the legislature's website for free. The URL for the website is capital.hawaii.gov. And it's not set up in the most logical way that you would think to find the statutes. So I'll walk you through it step by step. You're going to scroll down to this section down here that says Hawaii Revised Statutes contains acts. Then underneath it there are important links. Browse HRS sections, table of contents, table of disposition, HRS index, and HRS supplement. We're going to look most closely at these top two links, and we're going to start with the table of contents. Clicking on the table of contents takes you to a list of all the HRS. Now, you can stop and look at this section at a time, but I know that the penal code is at the bottom, so I'm going to skip ahead to the 700s. You see the chapters start in Chapter 1, 1B, 2. We're going to scroll down to the 700s. And you'll see that it says Title 37, Penal Code, and you see a number of chapters 701 to 713. Let me show you what happens if you click on, let's say, 701. You will see the basic structure of how the chapter is organized, section 100, 101, 102. But these aren't clickable links. Instead, if you want a section, you have to click on this tiny next button at the very bottom, and it will take you to the sections one at a time. To get to the next section of the HRS, you have to scroll down to the bottom of the page where you will see three buttons: Previous, the volume number, and Next. And you have to click on Next to go to the next section. This is very time consuming. Often you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Next several times, more than several times, numerous times, to get to the section that you want. For example, the definition section is in 701.118. I would have to click through 18 different sections to get to the specific one that I want. So this is not the best solution if you want to drill down and look at a specific section, such as 701.118 that has the general definitions. So while I like to use the table of contents to eyeball the statute and get an idea of which section or chapter I want to go to, I don't like to use it for actual statutory reading because it's too fiddly. It takes too long. There has got to be a better way, and there is. So I'm going to take you back to the page where it said Browse HRS sections, and we're going to click on that. Now this looks like a very technical, fiddly way to look at the statutes, but it also marks you as a pro statutory researcher. You could try Googling the HRS, but sometimes it's very difficult to zero in on the specific section that you want. The combination of using the table of contents and then browsing is going to get you your best results. So I'm going to click on Browse HRS section, and then you'll see what looks like a lot of gobbledygook. Well, luckily, you can ignore most of that. You can ignore all of the date sections. That's simply the last time the material was uploaded. You can ignore this little column that says Dear. That's just for directory. So you should focus in on this last column only. And all this is are the different sections of the HRS with the numbers padded out. So for example, this first section here, Vol 01, Chapter 0001-0042F, means this is in Volume 1 of the HRS, and you don't need to really know this unless you're looking at the hard copy. And it contains Chapters 1 through 42F. Volume 2 contains Chapter 0046 or Chapter 46 through 0115 or 115. So you have to go to the cluster that contains the chapters that you want and click on that link. And I've already showed you that the criminal penal code statutes start with Chapter 701. So we're going to scroll down here to Volume 14 because it says it contains Chapters 701 through 853. Clicking on this link, you'll see it gives you all of the penal code statute chapters. You see 701, 702, 703, all the way down to 713. And if you click on 701, you will see each individual section has its own HTML code. And if you click on one, let's say we click on this one, you'll see the same information that you saw when you looked at the table of contents. And you'll see the same next button, which I think we've previously agreed is annoying, but you don't have to travel that way. Remember I said the definitions were in section 701-118. You can just zip down and click on 701-118, which is written here as 0701-0118. And there's your definition section. So navigating to these sections is way more easy using this method. So that's how you use the legislature's website to accurately and quickly locate penal code sections. Try it yourself.